Home-Based Business Chamber of Commerce is proud to support the Successful Thinking Show. Bring your business out of the closet, literally.
Welcome to Successful Thinking. I'm your host, Christy Taylor, and today we have business owner Stacy Jones, the owner of Hands of Sensitivity, and she's going to tell us all things about the massage world. Now, I love getting massages. Oh my God. But, you know, I think I need to learn more about what this business entails, your story, Stacy, and hey, I'm giving the show over to you. And then at the last 5 minutes of the show, I'm going to give you an opportunity to turn the tables, and then I'll become your on-air media coach. And you can ask me anything about media relates to you or your business. You ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. And as a matter of fact, I see both of us. Okay, I have my new Successful Thinking show. Let me see if I can get this t-shirt on. And I see you have your merch on.
Yeah, Hands of Sensitivity LMT. So that's your licensed massage therapist. So I want to thank you for having me on your show today. And yes, I want to give you a little bit more. So you say you like getting massages, and that's
I love
to be relaxed.
You know, I love it. You know, one of the things, let's do this, Stacy. I'm going to hand the quote unquote, the proverbial mic over to you. And first of all, tell me what you believe success is. That's the first thing. What is success to you?
Success to me is being able to do what I love to do in the way I love to do it. I'm able to provide service to someone and they get a benefit out of it. So to me, I have succeeded once I complete that task.
I like that. That's a great answer. Really great answer. So as a licensed massage therapist, what inspired you to become a massage therapist? What was your journey? I'm looking to find out more about this, and then we'll get into the business of massage therapy.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Miss Taylor, I have actually loved massage since I was 16, and people were like, oh, how did you know you wanted to be a massage therapist at 16? I didn't. At 16, I love what I was doing at the particular time. I was working at Commercial Appeal. Never will forget, we used to have these long days, and being 16, we really couldn't work through the week. We could only work on weekends. So I would work that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So those are long hours for someone that's in school. And during that journey, we would have people, of course, we used to load the machine. So people would get tired of loading the machine. So while we sitting there, like we have a downtime, I would go and I would try to just relax the muscles because you could tell the tension in the shoulders. And after a while, it became a thing where anytime our machines broke down, hey, Stacy, get over here and massage. We were like, okay, whatever. I was being used at that point in my life. I didn't know what it was. I mentioned to my mom, I think this is what I want to do. And she shot me down. She was like, you don't need to be rubbing on folks. I'm not rubbing on people. But I let it go. Years later, I ended up working at a warehouse, and abiding by their hours was like, oh my goodness, I was working anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day. And with me having 4 children at the house, it was kind of hard. It was stressful all in itself, on top of the other stress that was coming along. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm good with my hands. I'm going to go back to what I wanted to do in the beginning, and that's massage. So I enrolled myself in the Massage Institute of Memphis. And got to talking to them. I was like, look, I really want, but I can't do the hours. She was like, oh, we have evening classes. I was like, oh, that's perfect. So at that particular time, I decided I had to make a choice. And my choice was to go ahead and go to school and get certified in massage therapy. Okay. So my journey there, being in the night class, it took a little longer because day class, they have more time to teach you. Night class, they kind of cut your hours. So if we took the day course, they were like, oh, you can get your license in 9 months. I was like, I can't do it. She was like, well, come to the evening class. You can get it in a year. I was like, okay, I can handle that. And I did. So I moved forward with that journey. In the class, I started learning more things. So it wasn't just about massaging the shoulders. It was more benefits and how, you know, you can help someone's circulation, how you can help them lower their blood pressure. And you're looking like, oh, this is massage. And it just became very intriguing to me. And then you're sitting there and then they're showing you the different methods that you can do. Oh, did you know you can do a hot cold contrast for sinus? I'm like, what? I thought you only had to take sinus medicine, you know? So to learn that there were different avenues to help adjust with anything that the body was yearning, basically, because if you're in pain, I relate back to kids, you know, they fall, they hurt themselves or something. You'd be like, oh, let mama kiss your little boo-boo, you know? and for whatever reason, you kiss that child, let's say it was their arm, and you kiss that arm, all of a sudden that child is happy, go lucky. Oh, they're feeling so much better. And you're like, wow, not knowing at that particular time, the touch does help. Touch, it's just the mere fact that, hey, you're in pain, and sometimes just the smallest touch can do tremendous wonders. So with that being said, I started thinking about, okay, let me take massage to a different level. So then that's when I started really listening to my clients. And I was grateful that I was working at Body Mechanics as a therapist. And that's how I was able to start getting in touch with different clients. And while I was there, I started having clients like, oh, no, I just want you. That's when you learn that, you know, your touch is not for everyone. I might not be someone's cup of tea, but for those that I am, I started learning them and I started to understand what their needs were, because everybody's needs are different. And when you start working with, you know, your clients and you start understanding their needs and what they're looking for and what they're trying to get out of massage, that's what I started focusing on. So at that point, you know, it's like, okay, here's hands of sensitivity. It's not that my hands are sensitive, because I can get as deep as you need me to, but I'm sensitive to what you need me to do. So if I have a client that come in and was never had a massage before, and she was like, I made her comfortable enough to where she was able to relax, and she didn't realize how stressed she was until she got off the table, and she was like, oh, I feel so much better, thank you. I'm like, you're welcome. I didn't do too much of nothing, but thank you. Not understanding that I did more than I knew. So that's what really just started driving my passion for being this therapist, to stay on the track. And I was like, well, instead of working for someone, let me go ahead and open up my own and create the atmosphere that I want to have. And the atmosphere I wanted was a group of us working together with positivity, attitude. Hey, you know something that I don't know. Let's help each other in this journey. Let's keep each other informative on what's going on. Let's see, you got a technique that I'm not using. Let me see if I can use that technique with my client and see if my client would, you know, respond to that same technique. So as we grow together as humans ourselves, you know, we can also grow a business together and become very successful. So
love that.
That's how Hands of Sensitivity is just, that's my baby. It's like I want to be sensitive to all my clients and understand that you're not going to be able to please everyone. I mean, I'm not here to please everyone. I had to understand that and know that those that you can, you reach out and you touch. Some women don't understand. Some women don't understand. We take the weight of the world on our shoulders, and it's not necessarily we sitting here and we're like, oh, I'm stressed, and it could be a mental thing. You could be stressed mentally. Just being on that table, a client will go to sleep just like that, and you're like, oh, you must have been tired. No, it's just the mere fact that there's nothing around you, and you're able just to kind of release and let go of either the negative energy that's bothering you, the emotional stress that's bothering you. It can be physical stress, anything. Massage can relate to any and all areas and help you relieve. So it's just like, I can go on. I'm so sorry. It's just, I get so caught up.
I love the passion. Now, Stacy, you said a couple of key things that I think any business owner could really glean from. First and foremost, you said that you transitioned out of the warehouse, took classes for a year as opposed to the 9 months, and then started working for a company. And it was within the context of that company that you found your niche, which was Hands of Sensitivity, becoming sensitive to the clients that you were servicing, which parlayed you into establishing your own business. And I like the fact that you're working with other therapists, massage therapists, and you all glean from each other. So let's talk about, in lieu of let's say, how do I want to say this? With that in mind, how do you come into partnership with other business owners, regardless of the industry? What is your advice?
Trust your instincts. Go with your gut. For anybody, any business you're opening, if it's something that you're really passionate about, don't give up no matter how hard it is, because trust me, this is not an easy journey. But what helps is when you can reach out and you have people that help you. Even though I took massage therapy at the Massage Institute of Memphis, I also partner up with someone at Advanced Memphis and took an entrepreneur class to help me. So it was different things that I didn't know, because it's not like you can just wake up and say, oh, today I'm gonna be a business owner and voila. No, but if it's something you're very passionate about, start reaching out to people. Try to see, who can help you. If you don't know anyone, you don't know where to start, hey, call me. I can tell you, hey, this is how I originally got started. First, you got to make a blueprint of what it is you want to do. So for me, my blueprint was, if I want to be a massage therapist, what was my next step? Getting licensed. Now that I done got licensed, what's my next step? Getting clientele. Once I started getting clientele, what was my next step? So it was just basically putting step by step in motion on what it is you needed to do. And when I ran into a problem, I can go to my instructor and they can send you, or they might answer it, or they send you somewhere. So that's the same way with anyone with any business, anything that you feel passionate about, whether you want to be a truck driver, whether you want to be a daycare owner, whatever your passion is, get your own blueprint of your life and say, hey, this is where I need to start. This is where I got to go next. How can I get to this step if I'm not able? What should I do next? Find out everything you need to do in order to get a business up and running.
I really like that. And one of the things that I had a question about, because, specializing in a service of like yours, which involves, contacting people in their most vulnerable state, body to body contact. What are some of the advice that you would provide somebody who's interested in service-based businesses?
You first have to have the personality, first and foremost, because everyone is not cut out to talk to anyone. It's the difference between talking to someone and talking at someone. So you first and foremost, if you want to be in the public eye, you have to understand the difference between the two. So if you want to be in a relation with clients where you have to understand their needs and not take everything personal. Just because a person feels a certain way, you have to understand those are their feelings and you have to know how to address those feelings. Now, for me personally, what I learned along this journey is I had to let go of a lot of negativity that I was holding on. And some people be like, oh, I'm not upset, but yet they hold that negativity and not realizing that's a lot of things that can hold them back. So once you start releasing yourself and you start understanding what you really want in your purpose, I started praying and I kept pushing.
I like that. So are there anything that you would advise a person who wants to pursue being a massage therapist? I know you definitely said the educational piece, getting licensed, also, some form of apprenticeship. But what would you say about in the age of COVID, if a person's interested, not only being a massage therapist, but also establishing a business as well?
Doing COVID has been challenging. That much I can tell you, but I would say if you want to be a massage therapist, go for it. Concord, Massage Institute of Memphis, whatever school offers, first make sure that it's a fit for you. Because just because that school offers these, classes doesn't mean that's for you. For me, I love the hands-on to the point where it felt personal at that school. So that's why I chose the Massage Institute of Memphis. We were a small class, and it was like we were able to adjust to one another and learn how to deal with the different personalities going into this business, because everyone is not on the same page. Some in it for just the money, some in it because they enjoy what they do. But you have to learn to work together and work through those challenges. So for me personally, if you're trying to be a massage therapist, I would say first look into these schools. Don't just jump into one just because they say, oh yeah, we offer this class. See if it's beneficial to you. If it's beneficial for you, Go to that class, get your education, learn what you need to learn to move forward. Everybody doesn't want to be a business owner. Some people are okay with, hey, as long as I got somewhere to go to work, I'm A-okay with that situation. And that's fine. I hope and pray you come work with me. You know, I want to open that field for you. But for me, I just got tired of working for someone else. I was just like, well, I can do this. And then I started doing it. And then I can do this. And then I just became that person that I was that one trying to always do. So I was like, well, if I'm going to always do, let me go ahead and open my business. But everybody might not feel that way, and I don't want you to get discouraged just because you don't want, you know, to open your own business. There's plenty of massage parlors out here that do not, you know, mind you coming to work for them. Some of them prefer you just come in and clock out. Me, you know, smaller businesses like myself, we kind of prefer therapists that kind of enjoy what they do. They love what they do. It's passion, because then you know that person's going to show up. You know that person's going to be there, and so it's so much, it is so much into it. So yeah, if you're looking to become a massage therapist, seriously, I would first advise looking within yourself, making sure, hey, do I have the attitude for this? Am I doing it because this is what I enjoy, or am I doing it for the money? I'm here to tell you, if you're doing it for the money, please don't do it, because you're messing with other people's lives.
Yes.
You're touching someone. That's transferring of energy. Some people can actually feel that. You don't want to transfer, oh, I'm just here for the money, so I'm going to go in here, I'm going to get paid. No, I don't need your money. Like, I need money. Don't give it to us. But I don't need your money in that aspect. I don't need you to feel like, oh, I got to come see you just because you said it. No. Massage may help relieve, you know. Massage may do this, but I'm passionate about what I do, and what I want to do is see what's going to be beneficial to you. So for those that are, like I say, you want to become a massage therapist, please look into it. If you're thinking for just the money portion, please do not get into massage therapy. You have to touch clients. When you're touching a client and you can transfer that energy, sometimes you can feel that energy flow through you. You don't want to transfer any negativity to your client. My job is to relieve the negative toxins that's already there. And in order for me to relieve that, I have to make sure I'm at a level head, because that's a lot to take in as one person, especially when you're getting up to 3, 4, maybe 5 people a day. You know, that's 5 different personalities that you're touching. You have to be able to make sure you can handle that.
I'm so glad you talked about that, because like I said, I love massage therapy, and I really oftentimes go, I'm overdue, so I need to talk to you, honey, when we wrap this up. That I'm very sensitive to who touches me and in their mood. I really am, because I'm also aware that when I leave, that traces of their, you know, emotional, mental energy is going to probably follow me throughout the day. So thank you for saying that.
Yes, ma'am. It's well needed. My clients, I love each and every one of my clients. And some of them I have to fuss with, because when they get on my table, they think I need their help. I don't need your help. I want you to relax. But that's one of the hardest things for us as women and people in general. You know, it's hard to relax, especially if you're the one that's always driving.
Yes.
Taking the wheel and you're used to being in control. It's hard to kind of relax and let someone else take the wheel for a minute.
You know, Stacy, I want to jump in right there, taking the wheel for a moment, because massage therapy is a very intimate service. And oftentimes, you know, FYI, depending upon what style you want to do, if you can touch on the various types of massage therapy, but close on, close off. How do you help a customer or client get comfortable with that? You know, what are some of the rules of engagement when a person comes in for massage therapists? For massage therapy. Just give us some of the do's and don'ts to make it safe for you and the client.
What you don't want to do, first and foremost, is have them thinking that it's this such thing as a happy ending. No, the only happy ending you get from a massage is the relief of stress. You know, you have some negative aspects that come with massage. You have to be strong enough to understand, if you stop the negativity at the door, you don't allow that negativity to even just sprinkle in, you move so far. Because when a client come in, the way I address them is, I ask them, have they ever had a massage before? Those that have never had a massage, they have no clue on what to look for. So I'm telling you, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to massage each. I tell them how far I'm going to drape them, so they'll understand when I'm moving that cover back, what am I doing? Because I demonstrated before we even got on this table what I'm about to do. And communication with your client is everything. Because even though I've told you this, it still might be something you're still, if you never had a massage before, you're still like, wait, are you finna? No. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, please talk to me. Let me know, because I don't know unless you tell me. People make the assumption, well, you're the therapist, you're supposed to know. No, everybody's body is different. Everybody's mentality is different. Everybody's mood is different. I need you to verbalize what's going on. So if I tell you, hey, I'm going to drape you down to here, the only thing I will have exposed is your back area while I'm working on your back. When I'm done with your back, I'm going to re-drape you and I'll have your arm out. You take it step by step with your client to let them know, to make them feel secure. And if they say, well, you never know, you might run into someone who's been abused before, and they don't want to be touched, but they want to be touched, You say, well, if you're comfortable with leaving your clothes on, that's fine, because I can still massage you until you understand, what's going on. And we take it step by step. But communication is everything with you and your client when you're in this business. And if your client doesn't feel comfortable enough to talk to you about what's going on, then you're not the therapist for that person. But I don't want that person to get discouraged and feel like that's the way all massages are. Because no, you do have some of us, and I do say some of us, that literally take the time to understand what's going on. I'm not going to just show up just because you're here on my table. No, I'm trying to show up to figure out what's going on with you and how I can relieve what's bothering you today.
I love that, Stacy. Hands of sensitivity. Not only your hands sensitive, your heart is sensitive. Because like you said, some people truly have never had massages, or they've had experiences in their life that is traumatic. And even though they I need this massage, but yet they still could tense up. Just like when we go to OBGYN, they have to be sensitive to, and I know it's not just women, it's also men too, who also need to be able to be comfortable when they are in that position. Because number one, you are on a table half the time. If the person is really good, you're going to start falling asleep. Oh my goodness. Yes. And I really appreciate you bringing, that candidness to this conversation. But before we go, I have to make sure that they learn about your hands of sensitivity, where you're located and how they can book you.
Well, you can book me. You can actually give me a call on my cell is 901-270-2473. You can text me, call me, email me at handsofsensitivity@gmail.com. You can visit my website, www.handsofsensitivity.com. I'm currently working inside of a location, but we are looking to get our own brick and mortar so we can become our own facility. The difference, one of the things you had asked me, and I do apologize, you asked me the difference in massages that I offer. I do therapeutic, I do deep tissue, you can do cupping, hot stones. It's kind of a lot of things that can go into massage. It's not just me literally using my hands all the time. I actually use other parts. I use my elbow, I use my forearm, whatever I need to help my client, that's what I'm here to do. So when you look on my website, you'll see different, hey, I even offer spa packages. I'm going to update that too, because I got wraps that I'm going to add. So a lot of little things to be able to just help you relax. Some people don't even know that they're stressed out. They're so used to their body being tense. Hey, come see me for one day. And if it doesn't help you, no harm, And if it does, you can see a world of goodness just open up for you.
And Stacy, price points for the average person who may or may not know, what is a really good price range for a massage?
Therapeutic massages is for an hour is $70, and for deep tissue it's $85. I've had some clients call and be like, "Oh, well, I don't want deep because I don't want to get off the table hurting." A deep tissue doesn't necessarily mean it's supposed to hurt you. Deep tissue means that I'm trying to get in there a little deeper than I normally would, just on a therapeutic level. I'm trying to get in there. You might have knots. You don't even realize that there are knots that can form in the body, and you need someone to get deep off in there and remove those, you know, those knots to help relieve that stress. So it's,
go to the website, handsandsensitivity.com. Now, as we are totally getting to the end of your episode, you did so good, Stacy. Now we're going to turn the tables and we're going to start this as a successful thinking session. As your media coach, ask me any question and let's go.
My one question for you is, with me being just now getting off the ground, really trying to get started, what is a good way for me to get my name out here and get started with Hands of Sensitivity? I do want people to know about Hands of Sensitivity, and even if they're kind of, you know, straddling the fence, I would like to still be able for them to reach out and just kind of get a little insight if they need it. What do you recommend I do?
First of all, I love this question. And one reason why is because you say you're just getting started, Hands of Sensitivity, it's brand new. And most likely you are very budget conscious. And we want to make sure we stick with that idea. Utilizing social media, but not the social media the way that most people do. I think that you should do something. If you're on Facebook, there's a possibility, or Instagram, and even TikTok, where you create, like we were talking, and I would suggest like Instagram or TikTok, even more so, utilizing those short videos in the points that you just gave me in like 60 seconds. Make a list of different things, like what you should expect when you come to a massage therapist, how much things should cost, what, all this great information of communicating and preparing a person for getting their massage first time out, second time out. If you've had traumatic experiences, how you can communicate. I really think that's a great way for you to be able to not only get clientele, but create a really great following. And when it comes to spending money, I suggest, and I know a lot of people may be classified ads still work. Utilizing, yes, you can use social media ads, but also consider, like, you know, we're in Memphis, the Memphis flyer, utilizing things of that nature where hopefully you have a really good logo. And if you have a website where you could put if you're on your primary social media, when you're pushing them to your website, have specials. So I really think that utilizing like Instagram Reels, TikTok to communicate, you know, ideas about your services. If you do Facebook, maybe there's a session, if you record it and maybe you're showing technique, you know, have somebody shoot you doing that. And last but not least, I think classified ads. And of course, you've already done this amazing show. Utilize this show to put on your website. Also, you can edit this show to put across your different platforms where you're giving this advice. So starting with those reels and also classified ads, particularly like Memphis flyer. That would be my advice for you.
Well,
anything else?
So much.
You're very welcome.
I will get on that.
Okay, and thank you all so much for checking us out. Once again, I'm going to make sure we handsofsensitivity.com. Check her out today. And thank you all so much for joining us.
Have a wonderful day, and I really do appreciate this opportunity. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Home-Based Business Chamber of Commerce is proud to support the Successful Thinking Show. Bring your business out of the closet, literally.